to the Daily Allegory through astrological divination. Today's video is about a girl named Rosalia, who conjures up Andras, the goetic demon, jinn, Marie, Ifrits, and seeks out an assassin for hire who is also skilled in hacking. But, unbeknownst to them all, a SWAT team raid is boiling in the background, and Medusa enlightens on the dangers of conjuring spirits to attack someone who they are soul-bound to protect, and warns to the generational witch for attacking the pure-blooded lineage yields massive repercussions. We have Artemis popping out to say, happy health, good luck, and may the odds forever be in your favor. And bout them checks, make sure you can cash them, and that they're in your name. Don't be cashing checks in other people's names. And Scotty and Kion, daughter of the north wind, weaving in a cool breeze, that if it does not belong to you, through the whispers may it freeze. Today's video is called Andras Ascending, Moonlight Hacking, and the Ifrit's SWAT Target. I'm going to start with an invocation for swift and uncompromising success. By the fading light of the waning crescent moon, as darkness grows to its peak before the return of light, we call upon the powers of speed, sudden change, and hidden strength to clear our path. We face the night and speak the names of the shadows that bring swift results. To Andras, great Marquis Goetia, we offer respect and caution. We ask you to clear the obstacles with your swift sword and sow discord among those who stand in the way of our righteous ambition. Your fury is a tool for the removal of barriers. We direct it now towards the removal of delay and failure. To the powerful Marie, jinn, master of the sea and the air, entities of great intellect and power, we ask for your wisdom. Bend the waters of fortune in our favor, shift the tides of probability, and secure the outcomes we desire with the strength of your command. To the fiery Ifrit, the fierce ones, beings of blazing spirits, we ask for your speed and heat. Burn away inertia, ignite opportunities with sudden intensity, and ensure that our desired success materializes with the rapid pace of a desert storm, delivering results before the next sunrise. And to Medusa, the Gorgon, the protector with the turning gaze, we look to your power as a guardian and force of transformation. Turn to stone the forces of stagnation, failure, and bad luck. Let your image be a shield that guarantees our protection and secures our swift victory. In this potent convergence of lunar darkness, demonic intent, and jinn fire, we command, let success be achieved overnight. The path is cleared, the obstacles are banished, and the reward is seized. So it is commanded, so it is done. I declare it to be, and so it is, with the spiritual authority contained within, it is declared. On to Andras' ascending, the moonlight hacking, and Ifrit's SWAT target. The moon hung in the sky like a sickle made of bone, a waning crescent that promised swift endings and hidden potential. Rosalia, codenamed Marie, was a ghost in the machine, a high-stakes assassin for hire whose skills lay as much in the digital realm as the physical. She was currently operating under the immense weight of an impossible timeline. Overnight success was not a goal. It was a deadline set by a client she dared not cross. The astrological chart for the night was brutal. The moon square Pluto in the 10th house screamed of a catastrophic power struggle in her career. A total demolition job was underway. She felt the cold pressure of the moon conjunct sensitive degree Saturn in the 7th house, an uncomfortable misaligned duty to a partner or rival that chafed against her disciplined nature. Her target, a tech mogul, a man protected by an impenetrable security system. Rosalia relied on ancient forces she sometimes dabbled with for an edge. She called upon Andras, the Marquis of Hell, who appears with a raven's head and a sharp sword, to sow discord among the target's guards and system security, making their defenses brittle. She also sought the aid of a jinn, specifically a Marid, for the intelligence to navigate the digital waters, and an Ifrit to fire up the speed of his hacks, ensuring the overnight success was achievable that was demanded. A vision of Medusa came to her, a guardian to petrify the forces of stagnation and bad luck that seemed to follow her with a challenging moon opposition sensitive degree in Chiron. The wound of past failures, the feeling of never being quite enough, being Chiron, was staring her down, threatening to turn her progress into stone. The clock was ticking. Rosalia's finger flew across the keyboard, a digital symphony of intrusion. The target's security was complex, a physical and virtual labyrinth. Her moon square sensitive degree Jupiter in the 6th house made her feel a sense of massive, unmanageable overextension in her work, every task exponentially more difficult than it should have been. Suddenly, I hit an alarm trigger. The mansion's light flared. Andras hadn't managed to sow enough discord, and the guards were aware. The quiet hack was now a race against time. Beep, beep, beep. A new kind of alarm blared in the neighborhood. A SWAT team was rolling in. Their arrival terrifyingly swift. It was a raid. The target wasn't just her target. He was a secret agent for a major federal operation. Rosalia had minutes to complete the assassination. Now, a data deletion mission. And kind of escape unscathed. The Ifrit's fire in her fingers was needed more now than ever. The pressure was enormous. The forces of authority, Pluto in the 10th, descended hard and fast, crashing through the window and the doors. She found the data, though, wiped it clean, and sprinted for the sewer exit. As she emerged into the cool night air, the waning crescent moon shone above her. The sirens wailed nearby. She had made it out just as the SWAT team reached the mansion, not realizing special forces had a long-range view of her, maintaining locked view from a great distance. The mission was complete, though. The data was gone, or so she thought. It was just past midnight. She had achieved the overnight success, but the sheer chaos and pressure had left her drained. The power struggle was just beginning, and the sword of Andras, the fire of the Ifrit, and the moon's cold promise of an ending were her only guides in the new, dangerous reality that she had just created. Now, being followed with the surgical stealth of Delta Task Force, she was now leading the pack. To every checkpoint, every meeting, every rendezvous, and to all the bigger players in the grand scheme of the group she had direct association with. I have the moon sitting in Libra today as the Moonlight in balance, Andras, Medusa, and a perilous hack of the protected. The waning crescent moon, a silver, a bone, in a bruised city, cast a pale light over Gary's rented safe house. His current alias, Libra, was a nod to his attempt at balance, a quality that felt increasingly precarious tonight. He was an assassin for hire, but this target was different. The data he needed to erase was guarded by forces he'd for sure underestimated. Forces that blurred the lines between the digital and the truly occult. Gary had been careful. He initiated his hack under the moon's fading light, seeking the speed of the Ifrit jinn to burn through the firewalls and the cunning of a Marid to navigate the data streams. His objective was a lightning strike, a guaranteed overnight success. The goetia demon, Andras, had been invoked to sow chaos, the very air in the room crackling with cold, divisive energy. But he had made a grave mistake. He had aimed the spectral blade of Andras not just at the network, but at the target's protectors, spirits of an older, fiercer lineage that guarded the family line with an unbreakable ferocity. The moment the digital intrusion crossed a certain threshold, the spirit realm reacted. It was like it inadvertently and inevitably awoken an old contract that took immediate effect. Suddenly, the silent hack became a scream of cosmic resistance. The air in Gary's small room grew heavy and cold. The protective spirits of his targets were now his hunters. Alien versus predator. Or predators. The energy he directed was rebounding, amplified by the very forces Liber he usually balanced. A terrifying vision slammed into his mind. It was the image of Medusa. Not as a distant myth, but as an immediate, furious guardian. Her gaze in his mind's eye threatened to turn him not his blood to stone, but his life and freedom. He had underestimated the ancient pacts that still applied today. The inherent danger of calling on spirits against someone they protected naturally. The spirits of the target's line had turned the hunters into the hunted. The physical world caught up. The silent hack had not gone unnoticed. Flashing red and blue lights painted the walls of his room. A deep, authoritative voice boomed through a megaphone outside. It was a SWAT team. It was a raid, and it was imminent. The spirits he had called upon had failed him, overwhelmed by the fierce loyalty of the protective ones. Andras' chaos had been turned unto him. Gary scrambled to wipe his hard drives. The Ifrit's speed now turned against him by the spirit he had wronged. The Mareed's cunning had been outmatched, and the doors splintered inward with a deafening thud. As the first armored officer burst through the frame, Gary looked at the waning crescent moon through his window. The overnight success had become an overnight failure, and the beginning to the end. He had learned, too late, the cardinal rules of the unseen world always apply. Never target the guarded without permission, for the consequences are swift, inevitable, and entirely unforgiven. So, apply those logics where necessary. I'll see you guys in the next one.